Hello, welcome back. Um, I'm talking in the past, but when you're watching this in the future, this video or this vlog is actually going to be like a week later than what I've kind of been planning. So I'm trying to sort of like get my videos or like my vlogs once every fortnight. But last week I was away like doing some house sitting, and then this week I've only really got today to do any kind of art related stuff, as I'm working tomorrow, like the rest of the week, and then I'm busy at the weekend. So yeah, I'm not gonna have like enough footage or have time to edit really for the following week video. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Life happens, things change. So I'm going to do a bit of filming today, and then I'm going to do some filming next week, which will be the week before when you see this, and then everything will be fine, and then hopefully I've done some interesting stuff. Yeah, so hello, if you're new, my name's Frances, and I create nature and fantasy inspired artwork, and I work in mostly pastels, and I'm sort of like trying my hand at liner cutting at the moment as well. I've just started a new job. I've been there for just over a month, but there's potential issues with me not getting paid, or my wages basically going to be delayed. It's looking like. So I'm still poor. I think even when I'm working, I'm still going to be poor anyway, because that's just how things are in life, aren't there? Everyone's poor, except the really rich people. Yeah. So I think my plan of going down to the studio, which I wanted to go down there at the start of next month, so in May, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So because I need to buy some like lino blocks. I wanted to buy some different ones that I've got. I think the grey blocks I just think are too rigid for printing onto fabric. I know you can get like it's like a pink block, and it's a bit more spongier, and I think that would be better for printing onto fabric, which is what I want to do with my liner cutting. I keep looking at this, but this is like one of my liner cut designs. I've showed it before, but yeah, this is on paper, but it's my little owl-eyed moth, and I really like it, and that's the kind of designs that I want to do basically. So I've got some like blank tote bags, and I wanted to do some book sleeves as well. It's mad, isn't it, how much like you kind of need money to do stuff. It seems almost kind of silly really, but you know, to buy equipment and stuff like that, because I have to buy ink. Well, I've got ink, and I've got a few things, but I thought if I can go down to the studio, I could use like the equipment down there, like all of like the tools and the presses and stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get down there before I actually end up going to the market, because I would really like to take some like new designs down there. My tote bags, I think I bought 10 of, I think there's 10 like blank tote bags, and I bought them ages ago, and I was like, right, that's it, I'm going to be printing on them and selling them straight away, and it hasn't happened because I've just had this delay with like just needing the right like equipment basically. And it's the same with like sewing my book sleeves. Is my sewing machine is down at my mum's because I don't have room up here on the boat with it, but I need some like better equipment. Like I would really like to get those little clips, rather than like the pins that you pin fabric together, you get like a little clip. I would like them, because I keep stabbing myself with the pins. And just like a cutting mat as well, like a decent cutting mat. And I've got like one of those cutting like roller things, but I bought it ages ago, and I bought it off like I bought it off of Amazon, and it's absolutely crap. It is. It doesn't like. It's all. It bends. It does. It doesn't really cut the fabric properly. So, yeah, I just want to get some better equipment just to make things a bit easier for me anyway when I'm actually doing stuff. So yeah, just things. It's kind of frustrating because I really want to like just get stuck in and just like start doing stuff and making stuff, but just things like finances have just delayed everything. But in the meantime, like I've been drawing and kind of, you know, prepping stuff, and I've got like my bookmark designs that I'm doing. So that's actually what I wanted to do today. So I've done two new bookmark designs, and then I've got like a third one that I want to work on, and it's like a little dragon. But I wanted to do like the dragon in pastel, but I'm gonna have to draw him like really big. And I did actually trace him out, and I put him on some paper, but he was too small still. I'm like, ugh. So yeah, I'm a bit like, a bit worried now, because I'm thinking, is it gonna work out? But yeah, I'm not confident enough to draw full illustrations in digital. I do use digital to kind of help me with my artwork, and like do things that I'm not able to do with pastel. So for example, oops, I'm hoping you can see this, and my iPad's all a bit smeary, but this is one of my bookmark designs. So it's a mushroom bookmark, and it says foraging for mushrooms. I got the spelling wrong in one of my last videos. I was looking at it thinking mushroom spelt wrong, and I missed out the R on it. But yeah, so everything is in pastel except for the writing and like the gold. Oops. So everything's in pastel except for the writing and like the gold like highlights. Everything else is in pastel. So that's what I use digital basically for. It's just to help me for those little things that I'm perhaps not able to do in pastel very well. But yeah, let me show you. If you watch my previous videos, like I would have shown this anyway, but if you're new anyway, or you just need a reminder, but this is like my dragon bookmark I'm doing. So I want to do most of it in pastel. I could probably do it all in pastel, to be honest. But I think with the consistency, I might just do the writing digitally, just because it will look kind of cohesive with the rest of the bookmarks. But yeah, I'll have to like try and draw him like a lot bigger, as it's a lot easier with pastel. Yeah, I see people do like stuff on digital. It's just like another art medium that just takes time to learn how to do, and I never really planned on doing anything like a full illustration with digital anyway. No, I wouldn't say like I would never say like no to it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm quite enjoying learning how to do lino cutting. That's like another medium, and I quite liked traditional like art medium anyway. I think it's like the tactileness of it, and you know, if you make a mistake, that's it. You can't really, quite difficult to undo a mistake. I think I'm going to have to do him like that kind of size, but obviously his tail's like really long. I'm just thinking I don't really have any like I don't think I've got paper long enough. Then I was thinking like, could I do it separately, like do his body in one go and then like the tail? Then I was thinking like, I don't know, like how would I be able to like stitch it together again digitally, scan the two bits together, because I do everything on Procreate, like all my editing. I don't have Photoshop or what's the other one? Is it Illustrator? I think. Anyway, I've just got this. I've just got Procreate. That's what I do to edit my pictures. This is the only paper size that I've got, which is A4. Well, it's slightly bigger than A4, so it's the same height as A4, but it's a bit wider than A4. I don't have anything else. If I want to do this nicely in pastel, and trying to get like all his details, like his eyes, he's got like little teeth. This is obviously like a very scruffy digital drawing, but he's probably going to be about that big, and he's going to take up, like, just his body and his wings. It's going to take up quite a bit of paper, but I'm not be able to get his tail in. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think whether I've ever done that, whether I've had to sort of splice two images together. I think as long as it's the same size and I can kind of blend like the two, you know, edges together, I think what I'll do is I'll do the dragon on here and then like get his tail in, so just off to the side or something. Yeah. It would be nice to sort of like obviously have this as a nice little drawing that I could kind of do at a later, like it would be nice to have this as a little drawing, a full image that I could say, I don't know, like you could have like maybe as like a sticker or something, or I don't know. But I think what I might do, which is what I'd done before on a previous illustration, is obviously draw the dragon, then do his tail separately, but come back and actually sort of like put in his tail, but put it at a different angle, so maybe having his tail probably like say like curling round and up or something, so that he's a whole complete image. Yeah, so I might have to do the tail on a separate bit of paper, but we'll see. But oh, it's all on one layer. Okay. I think that's because this is the second time that I'm doing this, that I'm having to trace them out. Come on. So what I do is I whack the brightness up on the iPad. Yeah, whack the brightness up on the iPad and then just flip him. Ah, he's gone. Come here. And then for tracing paper, what I use is baking paper. It's not the best stuff to use because it's obviously got a slightly waxy coating to it. I think on one side it's slightly waxy, but it's not ideal to use. But I'll tell you why I use baking paper. It's because it's cheap and easily available. So pretty much any supermarket will sell baking paper, and it's translucent enough that you can kind of actually use it as tracing paper. The other reason why I use baking paper is because I cannot find decent tracing paper anywhere. I've actually bought tracing paper from like an actual stationery office supply place, and you couldn't use it. It was as thick as like just regular printer paper. I had to chuck, I don't know what I must have probably chucked it away or something. I couldn't use it, and I just thought it had the audacity of calling itself tracing paper, and it wasn't. I couldn't like see anything through it. Yeah, and for years I've struggled to actually buy tracing paper, actual tracing paper. I can't find it anywhere in the shops. What I have found is not usable at all. So This is what I use, baking paper, and it does the job fairly well. I think I'm gonna make my little dragon green. It's gonna be a little green dragon. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm just getting a pencil, and this is like basically like a sandpaper block. I think I'm going to make my own actually, because you can just get some sandpaper cheaply and just cut it up into strips and make like a little sandpapering block. But this is a good way of like getting your pastels sharp. So I'm going to have the dragon as a green little dragon, so I'm just getting like a generic green pencil, trying to get as sharp as I can, and then just trace over him. I'm going to get some tape actually. Oh, just going to use some sellotape. Only downside with the baking parchment is that because it's greasy. That's greasy. It's quite difficult to stick. And it does move around a lot. And so the tracing begins. So I had a bit of a boob moment, and I didn't give myself enough paper to trace on, so I had to do it in two sections, like the rest of the wing and the tail. So I've had to cut it in half. I've done this like loads of times where I've stuck like two bits of tracing paper together, but I've just stuck the bits together and now I'm just retracing over. Oh, I've missed that bit as well. Tracing is just rough anyway, so I don't usually do all the detail anyway. I just get like the basic outline of whatever I'm doing, and then the rest I'll just do on paper. I'm hoping it'll fit now. Will it fit? Oh, what if I do it at an angle? I don't know if you can see this because it's like white on white at the moment. Of course, obviously I want it to be able to fit on my scanner as well, because I've got like an A4 scanner. I don't have any bigger paper neither. Well, if I do it at an angle like that on the paper, it will fit most of it, except the tail. I think what I might do is I might leave off. I hope you can see this. I think what I might do is just leave off that bit of the tail. Oh my god, it's so windy. It's always windy. Like, this is the thing I've noticed about like some places of the country, like where we are. I think because the landscape is very open. There's a lot of like open fields, like big open fields, and like kind of rolling hills, but they're not like steep hills. They're quite sort of like just, I don't know, like it's just open, the landscape. And I think because of that, it just gets really windy around here. It's not very sheltered. So if it's going to be windy, you're going to feel it. Ow, my fingernails. I think that's looking okay. Like I said, at least I know, as long as I know what, like, you know, where everything, the basics are. Yeah, that'll do. I'm really annoyed there's some like dents on the paper up there. I don't know where that's come from. So, and there's dog hair on there already. I'll stick that over there. To move it a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my pencils ready. So my pencils are just all here. I'm going to select some different shades of green. I've got loads of like different shades of green, so I'm going to select a load of them, colours that I want to kind of use for them, sharpen them all, get them all kind of prepped and ready, because I'm going to need them quite like nice and sharp to get all the little details, like his eye and around his face and everything. Yeah, so I'm going to get myself all kind of prepped. I've got my iPad, I've got my phone, so I'm going to find something to kind of listen to, watch. I've been watching Downton Abbey. I've watched all of the seasons now, like all the series. I binge watched it. I think that's like the third time I've binge watched it, and I absolutely love it. And I'm sad that I finished watching it, so I ain't got anything to watch now. So I don't know, I'll try and find something. Usually I like to try and find something that's like an hour long or something. That I'll just have my iPad next to me or something, just like kind of have in the background whilst I'm working. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, I think. sometimes when I'm filming, I get my big face in the camera anyway, and it kind of annoys me. So I don't tend to like to film whilst I'm working. It honestly feels like there's someone. I mean, yes, there is someone watching me, but I don't know. It's just kind of off-putting. So I don't tend to like to film too much of my process. Also, it just takes a long time. Yeah. So he's a little green dragon. I wanted him to be kind of fluffy. I didn't want him to be scaly. I just find it easier to do hairy creatures anyway. So, and I kind of imagined him to be. So when I drew him out originally, my reference photos were the kind of like the feathered dinosaurs, and their feathers are obviously. I mean, feathers are just like. They're fur basically. They're just I don't know what would you call it, like a different type of fur basically, and they obviously would have had feather like fur or fur like feather. I guess kind of like an emu, or would be probably the best, closest reference. So I'm hoping it's coming across as a bit like that. So kind of rigid looking a little bit. But obviously I'm aware that this is obviously going to be quite a small illustration anyway. I mean, it's going to sit on top of like a bookmark, so but I'm just trying to get down like the shading, the highlights and the shading. I still need to just work on the face a little bit, like the mouth and stuff, but I find it a lot easier to kind of blend with my finger. I do have like these I think they're called like stumps or something, like blending stumps. The only problem with these, they're great, like obviously they can get all around the, you know, like little small areas, but I find that they pull the pastel off, and so it ends up looking a bit patchy, and I don't. It's the only downside with these. Same with like my little blending like sponges, like these. They just sort of like pull some of the pastel off the paper, where I don't really get that with my finger. It's not great, obviously, using my fingers, but I just, yeah, it's just a bit easier. I'm not really actually using any reference pictures, actually. I'm just trying to, like, I don't know, just, maybe it's not ideal not to use reference pictures, but trying to think, like, I know I don't have enough, like, horses, like unicorns, so I kind of get an idea of, like, the anatomy, like, underneath, like, where the shading is, and where the highlights are, like, on a horse face, basically. So I'm just trying to do that, but yeah, I still need to work on the face. I'm just sort of like slowly making my way down his body. Hello. Okay, so it's Monday the 4th of May. So today, well, it would be today, but I was should have been putting up like a vlog, but I just didn't have time or anything. So I think last week I only had like one day, which I filmed the previous clip before. I don't know, I'm saying all this like in the past when it's going to be in the future, and it's a bit confusing. But as I'm talking now on the Monday is actually coming to the end. It's got about 15 minutes until the EHARTS market closes today. So yeah, over the weekend, myself and a load of other creative patrons of Emily Harvey Art took part in the spring market, online market, and yeah, so I've got a few orders to pack, which I'm like, yes, it's like the most orders I've ever got. So yeah, that's really exciting. I've got some orders to pack, so that's really nice. And yeah, I was really hoping to kind of buy some stuff from some people. Yeah, I was really hoping to sort of maybe buy like a couple of things from some other businesses, but I haven't been paid for my job, so I'm absolutely skint. Like, I have nothing. I'm hoping that I don't have any direct debits coming out, because yeah. Anyway, I've just spent just a few minutes actually writing down. I've literally written down all the shops that are involved with the market. And what we're going to do is I was going to go through them, and if they've got any social media, if it's Instagram or YouTube, I'm going to sort of give them a follow. So I thought, if I can't support them monetarily at the moment, I can do that. So that's something I sometimes say to people, like, don't, we're all poor, but obviously, if there is something that you can do, like just give someone a follow, or like a post or comment on a post or anything, that does that does help. So I'm going to go through and just follow the people that I'm not following at the moment. And there are some shops I kind of got in my head, like I want to come back to and make some purchases. So yeah, there are some shops I want to sort of buy some things from. So yeah, I start my other job tomorrow if the weather holds. So it's May. I start my seasonal job now, so I've got that to do. At least, like, I think if I didn't have another income, I think I'll be really, really, really annoyed about this. I mean, I am annoyed, but I think, I don't know, I feel like maybe I should be more annoyed than I actually am. But I think because I have another income, it's not too bad. But it obviously is. It's not great. It's not, it shouldn't be happening to kind of people that, you're not getting paid for the work that you're doing. So, but yeah, I'm going to pack these orders. I would actually like to sit down and do some drawing, actually, because I've got the dragon illustration that I've been working on. I finished 2 books yesterday. I was near the end of finishing them, so it's not like I started and read like a whole book. I don't know how people do that. I can sit down to read like a whole book, because I think I'm a bit of a slow reader. I don't know. But anyway, some people do that. I finished House Moving Castle, which Gavin bought me. I think he bought it for like a birthday present last year, I think. I don't know. I've been reading it for ages. I put it off for like ages. I think it's because it's like a kid's book, which I didn't realise it was, but it was a kid's book for like 12 to like 14-year-old kind of age group. And I think just the way that it's written, I kind of struggled reading it. I just think because just maybe, I don't know, the sentence structure, or it's got quite short sentences, and I just found it just difficult to read. Maybe just because it's not for my age group, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's why I didn't end up reading it, why it's taken me so long to read it. And the other book that I finished yesterday, which I'm absolutely loving, and I can't believe I haven't read the series before. Like, I'm annoyed, but I'm glad I'm reading it now, is I finished The Assassin's Blade. And I've gone straight on to the next book, which is The Throne of Glass. I can't believe I haven't read the series before. I'm like, but yeah, I finished that off yesterday, and no spoilers, but like at the end I was like like crying. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that so far. I also got it in my nice book sleeve. I've been using my book sleeves because they're really useful. I am thinking about getting more of this fabric printed though. But I have to show you this. But I got this. It came delivered a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't read it because obviously I'm really enjoying the like Throne of Glass series. But anyway, look, I got this lovely sprayed edge. I think it's the Waterstones exclusive. It's got a sticker on it. I'm hoping I can take that off. Anyway, but look, nice. I listened to the audiobook of the first book, and I really like the sprayed edge of that. I didn't get it though because I wasn't sure. Sometimes I like to read or listen to the audiobook before I get like the book, because I'm not too sure like if I enjoy it. But yeah, I really like this series. So I've got the second book. It's just sitting here on my shelf or on my desk waiting to be read, but I'm just like, I'm really enjoying what I'm reading, and I do normally have several books on the go anyway, so I normally have 2 or even 3 like physical books that I'm reading, and then like I have an audio book. I don't know how I keep up with it, but oh, and I really want to read, it's the 4th book in the, oh, is it like, I don't know what it's called. It's like, it's the, wait a minute. Oh god, I've got my books. It's the 4th book in the Gods and Monsters, I'm going to say trilogy, no it's not, series. So I really liked, is it that one? The 3rd book. I really liked the 3rd book. Yeah, I got to the end. I was like, oh damn it! I was like, I've got to keep reading. But I have to go out and I'll have to go out and buy it though. I have seen it in the bookshops. I know there's like a 5th book as well that's not out yet. And then I could have like, the thing is, right? I said to myself I was going to build myself a bookcase. Anyway, this I really like. I'm trying to think. I'm not very good at pronouncing her name. Is it Leah Bardugo? I've got the 1st book. I've got the 1st and 2nd book on audio. I've got just this book, like physical copy. I want to get the physical copy of the 2nd book, which is Hellbent. I've listened to the audiobook like several times, and her 3rd book, which I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's got like an owl on it. That I don't think it's out yet actually. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really desperate to like to read the 3rd book in this series, the Ninth House series, I guess. I'm still reading. I'm still in the middle of The Woman in Black and Other Ghost Stories. So I really like this book. It's really pretty. It's nice. It's like all embossed and everything. And this isn't my book. I'm just borrowing this. But I think I will buy my own copy of this just because it's pretty, and I have used it as like product like decoration basically. But yeah, the Woman in Black story is like the first story in here, and I've read it because it's got like other ghost stories in here, and it's really good. Like it is like nice and scary. And then I think I've read the 2nd story, and I think I'm on the 3rd story. But anyway, I've got yeah, I'm gonna need to finish that. So I've got this to finish, And then I've just started the Throne of Glass physical copy. And I don't currently have an audiobook actually, because I was listening to the Assassin's Blade audiobook as well, but I was like behind on it. So I read the book first, like I was ahead in the book because I wanted to be, and then I was just kind of following up behind with like the audiobook. But now that I've read the end of the book and cried, I don't want to listen to the audiobook, so I've stopped that. I'm not listening to it. So at the moment I don't think I've got any new audiobooks, so I'm gonna have to find one. I was listening to, oh no, I finished it. It was the third book of the Crescent City series. That's quite heavy going. I was like, I think I need like a bit of a break. That's quite a lot to take. And I got to the end of that book, and if you've read it, like, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I was like, okay, I think I need a break, because I was just like, I kind of had an inkling, because I was kind of like reading like some like Reddit posts and stuff like that, and about the series, which I don't usually do, but I was reading anyway. So I had an idea, and then when it actually happened, I was like, okay, I got to the end, and I was like, yeah, I need like a break now. So I'm not sure whether I want to carry on and finish listening to the third book, or whether just to start like something completely different. I don't know. But anyway, that's my book update / dilemma at the moment. So yeah, it's nice. It's so nice, honestly, to kind of like have something that can just take you away from the misery of life, basically. Anyway, yeah, it's just morning stuff. I am hoping to get back on and start doing some like DIY stuff on the boat, because as I said, I do have plans still on building an actual bookshelf, because I'm growing a bit of a collection like down here of my books, which is not ideal because it's obviously taking up room, and obviously I've got some books on the shelf just behind you, but at home or at my mum's I've got like boxes of books that I really want to be honest. So at some point I will get around to doing that anyway. But let's get packing some orders. I don't think you can sit on the sofa, Archie. There's not enough room. My stuff's everywhere. I'm gonna try. Oh, yeah, we squeezed on. Okay. Every time I get an order, which is, to be honest, not very often, but I realise just how much chaos always happens, because I end up trying to find what I need in my drawers, and they're not particularly like deep drawers, so they're quite shallow. So obviously I've got like some of my stuff in here, which is cramped in here, and then I've got loads of like the rest of the drawers are just full of like just bits and things. Like I've got packing stuff, I've got like book sleeve, I've got just, I don't know, just bits and things, you know, art supplies, whatever. So that's not ideal. But I'll just show you like what people have ordered. This is my Autumn Wolf, and this is actually a second, so the only prints that I've got are seconds or B grade prints, because there was like, I don't know if you can probably see, but there's like really minor like just printing error. Like there's a tiny little line, I think, just kind of streaking just on some of the artwork. Like luckily you can only kind of see it close up, so when it's on, if it's on the wall or something, you can't really see it. But I think that happened, it might be to do with the paper, like the cardstock that was used. It's very smooth. I think next time I'll choose like a different paper or card. But yeah, so I sold 3 of these. I sold 2 of the fairy toad wooden pins, which I'm really happy about, because I really love my little fairy toad character, and I think these might be the first ones that I've sold actually since getting this pin. Really nice pin, like it's really detailed, and the illustration, like I think he's just really cute. How can you not love a cute little fairy toad? So sold 2 of them, and a mystery bundle which has got a print, it's got like a selection of stickers, a bookmark and a pin, and a couple more prints. So this is my autumn unicorn, again a really nice one, and a favourite of mine is my water unicorn, which is on like some really nice iridescent, you probably can't see it because it's in a sleeve, but it's on iridescent paper, iridescent cardstock, which I actually really like, and I kind of want all of my prints to be on. I want my prints to be on sort of like a slightly, I think, textured paper. This is slightly textured, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I do prefer it to the smooth paper, actually. I think there's a better chance of like the printing not coming out weird because of it, but yeah. Yeah, so I sold 3 of these seconds wolf print, which is really happy about, so I do like my wolf. Yay! Okay. And I sold a fairy toad t-shirt, so I've got 4 t-shirts that I use on print on, I think it's Printify, I think that does them. So that's my only kind of like outsourced products that I have on my t-shirts. So and I sold 1 of them, so yay! I thought I might show you the chaos that is living on a boat. So I'm having to open the window. Sorry, I'm a bit all, oh, hang on. Okay. I've had to adjust the lighting because it went really dark and then it went really bright. I've had to open a window, but I'm going to show you my wardrobe. This is the wardrobe of, this is enough. Oh my god, if Narnia was like a portal to hell, this will be it. So apart from it having loads of clothes, at the bottom I've just got stuff. So I've got my printer. These are my notebooks that are in here, and then I've got packing supplies. So this is all my I think it's all my, what is this? I've got boxes, I've got like compostable sleeves, I think, and stuff, and I've got a bit of fabric. I've got my guillotine, I've just got some gubbins and I've got like some tote bags, like blank tote bags that I wanted to use, but this is just awful. Like this is wrong. This is not this is not acceptable to me. It's just, that's not acceptable. Like, it's just, I don't want to be like digging around in the wardrobe for stuff. So these are kind of like the things that I want to change about like living here and just trying to make things better and just easier for myself, especially in terms of like trying, it's really difficult. Like I get why people need like a whole room to run like a little business, because you just need it, and it is really difficult, but like I'm just scrabbling around for stuff. I'm just hoiking stuff out and moving stuff around, and I know that's probably what it's going to be like anyway in general, but if I can make some improvements. But this is just not acceptable, like use of space, or stuff's probably getting damaged, and I don't want that to happen. Like all my boxes just kind of squashed and piled on top of each other. How do I know what I've got in there? So I think this is something that I want to sort out like over summer. And where I am now, like on this side I've got like the old heater. Ow, I'm getting like foot cramp sitting on the floor. But yeah, like this is an old diesel heater, and it's disconnected now, but I'm going to remove this, and like this is going to be like where the bookshelf or the bookcase is going to be for all my books. And then obviously the wardrobe, I think I'm gonna try and extend it out a bit, and I don't know if I can make it any bigger, I'm not sure actually, but what I want to do is try and get rid of some of these clothes, because most of them are like Gavin's clothes and then some of them are mine, but I want to get kind of, I don't wear a lot of stuff, so I want to try and get rid of some of the clothes. And what I want to do is I want to put shelves like in here, and I don't really want clothes hanging down. I'd rather either just fold them up and put them away. So I want to, when I open the door here, I want to be able to just see everything. Like I don't want to be, you know, just trying to dig around everywhere. I want all of my stuff on shelves, and and I'll put like a little light in here as well, so so I can see what I'm doing basically. But yeah, that's the plan for this awful, horrible, just don't look at it, just awful space. Yeah, so I need to get some boxes out for my orders, and that's just what's faced me. I was like, oh great. I think sometimes you don't face the problems until it's facing you, kind of thing. Yeah. Wish me luck. I hope I don't have anything collapsing on me. I'll be trapped under a load of boxes and crap. Yeah. What boxes do I need? Wow. I just want to say a massive thank you to the people who ordered from my shop over at the EHARTS weekend market. As I said before previously in the vlog, it was actually like the most number of orders that I got in one go. I really enjoy packing up the orders. I take a long time and I take a lot of care in packing them, obviously because I want them to look nice, but also for them to arrive safely. And I'm just really glad that people like what I do. I love what I do. I love the art that I do, and and it's nice to share that and for other people to like it as well. And yeah, I'd just like to say thank you again to the people who did buy, and if you followed along to any of my Instagram as well. I did follow up and like a lot of people who had basically Instagram accounts. I did follow along. I'm actually editing this on Sunday, and I'm doing this voiceover on Sunday, as I've just got to the end of basically editing all the film clips, and I still haven't finished The Little Dragon. He's coming along. He's probably about 3/4 of the way done, but I was planning on getting some new bookmark designs made and ready for the Create & Co market that's happening at the end of May, but unfortunately I just don't think that's going to happen. It's fine, like I'm not sort of like wanting to put too much pressure and stress on myself of trying to get loads of stuff made, because I already have like a lot of stuff anyway. I have a lot of bookmarks and notepads. I've got pins and art prints, but I would like to bring some book sleeves and tote bags. Those are two new things that I want to bring along. So that is going to be my focus for the next couple of weeks, is trying to get some of those things ready and made. And yeah, they're going to be, we'll see. I won't say anything more, because obviously I'm very much a person that kind of thinks as I go along. I'm not really too good at like planning things. It really does depend on like my time, my finances, and kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. I've been working, well, I've come to the end of the week now, and yesterday, which was Saturday, as I'm recording this, it was a very, very busy day, and I was absolutely shattered, absolutely comatose, I think, when I got home. I think I just passed out in bed, or I actually fell asleep on the sofa. So I'm very tired today. So, but yeah, we'll see. I don't want to make promises or anything, but I will film what I'm doing. Just sort of quietly work away on my little dragon, because it is very nice to sort of sit and work on my art. It's quite relaxing and therapeutic, and I can sort of watch something in the background or listen to something. So yeah, just trying to take it easy. I'm doing 3 jobs now, so I don't want to sort of stress myself out any more than what I have to. But yeah, stay tuned, because I'm going to be hopefully working on these new products. So yeah, we'll see in the next vlog, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.